Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your monthly angel card reading for October 2018. For this month's monthly reading, we will be using the Syrian Starseed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this month, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Crystal Angels Divination deck. So let's go ahead and start by looking at your stones of choice this month. Your first stone of choice is this beautiful flower agate. Now these are some of the new stones that I've purchased at a crystal show. My special intention pendants and stones that I have here. So this one, again, something that I've never had before. In fact, all three of them are. The flower agate, and I'm going to just let you know here what it is all about. It initiates corrections in the energy body. It assists with manifestation and abundance through clearing, realigning, and empowering the energy body. It's a get stuff done kind of stone, and it helps to move people into their proper place with the cycles of their core alignment, purpose, and destiny. So very powerful stone here. This is also considered a go with the flow stone, a go with your joy stone, and a go where the magic takes you in the here and now stone. So again, this is flower agate. Your second stone of choice, this is called Crimson Healer. I hope you can see this in the light. I know that the light's not maybe that good, but the Crimson Healer stone, it's a crimson color, and it actually helps to support the root chakra, which is all about manifestation in the material world and being focused and grounded, but it helps to also awaken the Kundalini energies, part of that root chakra energy. It's a stone of feminine power and helps to activate the feminine archetype of the earth goddess. This is a stone of alchemy. It resonates with the archetypes of the magician and the priestess. It's a conductor. So in this way, it helps to carry the divine energies from the inner world to their manifestation in the outer world. So again, this is Crimson Healer. Your third stone of choice, this is called Golden Healer. And the Golden Healer stone is considered a master healer, the highest vibration, and it helps to clear blockages and imbalances and gets the body ready for multi-level healing. It opens your consciousness to receive information and guidance from the higher dimensions and to achieve your highest good. It reaches down into the cellular memory to release old behaviors, conditions, and patterns. It assists in connecting the spiritual world with your reality, and it helps to assist in activating your chakras to join your will with the divine will. So again, the Golden Healer. So wonderful new stones. Again, we have the flower agate, and go with your intuition on this, the Crimson Healer, and the Golden Healer. Okay. So let's start by talking about the energy of the month of October. Now, numerologically speaking, the month of October is a 21 universal month. So we get that by adding the universal year of 2018. When you add those numbers together, you get the 11. So we're all in an 11 universal year. We take that master number 11 energy and we add it to the month of October, the 10th month of the year, and that's where we get 11 plus 10 equals 21. Now 21 isn't a master number or a karmic number, so first thing we want to do is reduce that down to a single digit, which is the number 3. So the month of October is a 3 universal month energy, so this is for everyone. And the number 3 is about expansion. It's about growth. It is about creative self-expression. It's about communications of all kinds, speaking, teaching, writing, all forms of that creative self-expression, not just verbally and through words, but any type of creative project or creative activity. The number 3 is also a number that associates with abundance and prosperity and blessings. The thing about it, though, is that we have to stay in a particularly positive belief system and mindset about it. So the number 3 also rules our belief systems. If we keep a glass half full mentality, and we think big, and we think inspiration, and we think joy and happiness, and all those things that are associated with the number 3, then we expand, that expansion principle of the number 3, we expand into the most positive blessings of abundance and prosperity that we can even imagine. However, if our mind, again with the number 3 also ruling the mental body or the mind energy, if we look at the glass half empty, or we spiral down into negativity or negative thinking, then we can expand into those energies of lack or fear or worry, concern, anxiety, etc. So I know none of you want to do that. So let's all focus on the glass half full. Let's all focus on what we can create and be happy and positive while doing it. Now we also want to take a look at the number 21 and how it associates with the tarot. And this is something I do in all the monthly readings. The Major Arcana 21 is the last of the Major Arcana. So, you know, in the Major Arcana, in the tarot deck, we start at 0 with the Fool card, and we go all the way up to 21, which is the World card. And then we start again at 0. So again, with the 11 universal year adding to 10, the month of October, we get 21. So this is the end of a cycle for us as a collective. That 21st Major Arcana, being the World card, is telling us that, again, our soul is at the end of a particular journey. You know, this is what the journey through the tarot is all about, is our soul is experiencing this movement through the keys of the tarot. And when we get to the 21st, the World card, you know, again, this is talking about endings and getting ready for new beginnings. So I feel that October is, again, we're in this kind of releasing, end of a cycle kind of energy. And isn't it interesting that October relates to Scorpio energy, as we'll talk about here in a moment. But we're at the end of a cycle and getting ready for something new. And again, this is about the soul's journey. So this is about our evolution and growth as a soul. Now, the World card also deals with worldly success. So it can deal with career, destiny path, abundance, you know, because it deals with that worldly success and being seen out in the world. You know, this is about really like putting yourself out into the world and letting your light shine, being recognized for what you do, being seen for what you do, and being gifted with blessings for what you do. Now, in the Syrian Starseed Tarot, this World card, Major Arcana 21, is labeled Ascension. And again, going back to the first thought about the World card, is about, you know, the end of the soul journeying through the keys of the tarot, and we're getting to the end of something. We've done a lot of growth and evolution. We're ready to ascend to the next level or ascend to the next step on our path, okay? So, you know, this card is really indicating that, again, it's like in a shift. You know, it almost feels a little bit like the Wheel of Fortune, where there's a shift of energy here. There's a shift into, you know, this end of a cycle, from this end of a cycle to a brand new cycle that we're about to step into. And I relate this all the way back to the July and August eclipses. You know, we're still feeling some of the changes from those eclipse energies until the next set of eclipses, which isn't until January. So here again, as we move through some of those changes, whether it be on a physical level, emotional, mental, spiritual, you know, in the physical realm with our career, money, family, relationships, or whether it be internally with our belief systems, our thoughts, our ideas, you know, shifting away from old emotional patterns. This is about us, again, ascending to the next step or the next level. So let's talk a little bit about the highlights astrologically for the month of October. And we're just going to talk about the highlights. We're saving the weekly readings for the more, you know, for the every week kind of astrological energies, because we only have so much time in this video to actually talk about the energies. So we're going to start by looking at Venus. On October 5th, Venus is turning to retrograde motion at 10 degrees of Scorpio. Now, Venus rules the divine feminine. She rules relationships and money, and she's in Scorpio right now, and Scorpio is a sign that also rules money, but it also rules our sense of power and empowerment. And again, with Venus being the divine feminine, you know, this is really about the divine feminine collective energy on the planet raising itself into its own power, taking back its power, owning its power. And Venus is again going to go to retrograde motion on the 5th. It's actually, once we get to November, it's going to retrograde back into Libra for a time. But just so that you know, it's going to be in that sign of Scorpio after that retrograde motion and its little backwards travel into Libra for a time. When it turns back to direct motion a little bit later in the year, it stays in Scorpio until January of 2019. So we have a lot of time here with the divine feminine energy on the planet that is moving into its sense of power and clearing away and transmuting away old lower vibrational energies, belief systems, patterns, traumas, etc., which is all again a part of that Scorpio energy. On the 8th of October, we have a new moon in Libra, 15 degrees of Libra. And so new moons are about new beginnings, and Libra is about relationships, partnerships, balance, equality. So here we have this new moon, this new beginning in relation to these things. So there could be some things with relationships in our lives, could be business partnerships, romantic partnerships, family, friendship relationships. Libra rules one-on-one interaction. And so here again we have a new beginning with how we're relating with each other and how that sense of equality is working in our lives. Are you giving as much as you're receiving and vice versa? Or is it out of balance? Are those scales of Libra out of balance a little bit? We want to pull things in this Libra new moon time period back into a sense of balance and equality between you and other people or the circumstances in your life. On the 9th of October, Mercury moves into Scorpio. Okay, so we have Venus in Scorpio. Now we have Mercury going into Scorpio. Mercury rules thoughts, ideas, communications. It rules the mental realm. It's now going into the depths of Scorpio. Scorpio is, again, we know it's about power, it's about transformation, it's about secrets, things that are hidden. There's a lot of things that Scorpio rules, death and rebirth, transmuting energies. So, you know, Mercury is going to be much more of a deep thinker and contemplator. You know, communications are going to have more of a depth to them while Mercury travels through the sign of Scorpio for the next approximately 3 weeks or so. And then we're going to look at, we're going to skip all the way to actually the 23rd. We're going to jump to the 23rd of October because this is when the Sun moves into Scorpio. So now we have Venus, Mercury, and the Sun in Scorpio. And this is the time of year, every October around this time, that the Sun moves into Scorpio and stays there for about a month. So happy birthday to some Libras. Happy birthday to some Scorpios in this month. Again, that Scorpio energy. Now we have 3 planets in Scorpio, really kind of intensifying the ideas of power, control, sexuality, finances, money, shared resources, things that are hidden, doing research on particular ideas or subject matter. All of these things are Scorpio ruled, and it also kind of thins the veil. You know, we're nearing that Halloween time here, and as we near that time with all these energies in Scorpio, this is where they say the veil between the worlds is the thinnest. It's getting the thinnest. So in other words, we're able to connect with those on the other side much easier, especially if you're the you know, if you have the intuitive capability to connect with our loved ones on the other side, which is basically being a medium of sorts, being able to kind of speak to those that are no longer on the earth plane. So the veil between those worlds are thin, and even those of us that aren't mediums per se, we're still able to pick up on messages from our deceased loved ones or feel their energy. And this is also, again, with Scorpio, ruling more of sometimes some of the challenging aspects, like the well, what do I want to say? I want to try to be as light as I can be, but Scorpio rules the darkness. Let's just kind of use that term, quote unquote, the darkness of life, the shadow side of life, things that are unseen again, energies of a lower vibrational nature. Now that's not to scare you, because Scorpio rules a lot of good things too. But again, these energies can be more at play, again, if we go into that negative thinking, or, you know, we're not taking care of our soul vibrational level. You know, if our soul vibrational level is at a lower space, then frustrations and anger and lower vibrational energies can affect us a lot more. So we want to keep ourselves in a high spiritually vibrating space. Okay, so then we're going to go to the 24th, which is the next day after the sun moves into Scorpio. We have a full moon at 1 degree of Taurus. This means the sun is at 1 degree of Scorpio, the moon's at 1 degree of Taurus. Now the interesting thing about this full moon is that it's connecting with Uranus. Uranus is at that 0 to 1 degree point of Taurus as well. So this full moon, I have crows in the background. I'm not even going to stop the video, but I have crows in the background, and we're talking about Scorpio energy, and my love picture fell off the wall. So let's lighten the energy, shall we? The full moon is connecting with Uranus. This may bring sudden and unexpected happenings. Okay, so full moons bring an intensity of energy. Uranus brings sudden and unexpected happenings or events or changes. Very interesting that the picture fell off the wall just as we were talking about that. But again, this isn't a negative. This can bring positive changes in our financial situation. It can bring positive changes in different areas of our life, as long as we're focused on the steps that we need to take to get to where we want to go. Okay? That startled me. All right, so on the 31st, we're at the end of the month now. The 31st, we have 2 planets making sign changes. Mercury is now moving out of Scorpio, and it's moving into Sagittarius, which is going to bring more of a lightness to our ways of thinking and communicating with others. It's more inspirational. It's more idea-oriented. It sees the big picture of things and is more optimistic in general. Venus is retrograding back into Libra the last day of the month. Okay, remember I said it goes retrograde in Scorpio on the 5th. It's retrograded now by the 31st of October into Libra, and it will be in Libra retrograde for the month of November too, but we'll talk about that next month. But now Libra is entering the realm of relationships again. Okay, and so with Venus, again, that empowerment aspect of Venus retrograde in Scorpio, now she's moving back into Libra. So focus again is on relationships, partnerships, equality, empowering herself within these interactions that she's having with other people. Okay, so I think those are the highlights of the month of October. Just a little heads up is that the nodes, the north and south node, are getting very close to also changing signs and shifting signs. Now the north node is a karmic destiny point, deals with the future and where we're supposed to be heading. The south node is a karmic destiny point that deals with the past lives, you know, karmic situations from the past, etc. And the nodes move through a sign of the zodiac every 2.5 years. So this is going to be, you know, we're going to feel this shift on some level with the nodes moving out of Leo and Aquarius and moving back into Cancer and Capricorn. That will be on November 6th, but again, just wanted to give you a little bit of pre-notice on that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the energy, the message, I should say, from our angels and guides from the Syrian Starseed Tarot for the month of October. All right, so the first card here, I did shuffle and meditate, and I pulled 3 cards. And we're going to turn the first card over. Okay, so we start out powerfully with Major Arcana number 11, Divine Justice. This is the Justice card in the traditional tarot. And Divine Justice, you know, this is very Libra-oriented. This is the woman holding the scales of justice. And, you know, again, it's like the Venus going retrograde in Scorpio, empowerment. The scales of justice are shifting, so to speak. And again, by the end of the month, Venus moving back into Libra. So there's something about a shifting of energies here, about an empowerment or taking back our power that we're needing to go through, which we already mentioned with Venus and Scorpio. You know, again, this is like Lady Justice feeling strong. And you notice here that Lady Justice has a blindfold on. So she can't see with her physical eyes. She has to actually use her spiritual eyes to see what lies ahead, or to see what needs to be rebalanced in her life, to see the path that she needs to take. And she's surrounded with this beautiful energy, I have to say. You know, there's the gold, there's the like the crimson red, kind of reminding me of the gold healer stone and the crimson healer stone that we showed you earlier. But these energies, you know, higher vibrational golden white light energy, which is again this empowering on the spiritual level, and grounding it with that kind of red energy, which is related to the root chakra, which is about manifestation and bringing things down to third dimension. So we're taking the higher vibrational energy of the gold, we're bringing it down into third dimensional energy and grounding it into a physical form. And again, I feel like this is about empowerment, taking that spiritual power that we all have, because we're all part of the divine, and bringing it down through our crown chakra and into physical form. So own your power. And this is also saying that if there's been things that have been out of balance, situations out of balance, relationships out of balance, again, they're saying that the scales are regulating themselves. They're equalizing themselves in some way, shape, or form. You may need to make a change for them to regulate, but this is about justice being done. Okay, let's take a look at the second card and see what that is all about. Okay, we have another Major Arcana. See, powerful month. Again, with it being, you know, relating to the World card with the Universal Month energy. So this is Major Arcana number 5. In this deck, it's called Guidance. And, you know, in the traditional tarot, it's the Hierophant. Now, in the traditional tarot, the Hierophant is about seeking guidance outside of yourself from a higher authority, like a priest or a counselor, or, you know, someone that's in the know, basically, of the energy that you might not have. But in this particular deck, if you look here, we have the Maitreya Buddha. And, you know, as we kind of sit within ourselves, this is the Buddha in meditation here. And this guidance card to me is saying that we have to seek the guidance within ourselves, not necessarily from outside sources, although you still could if you feel like you need to. But this is about seeking the truth for yourself within yourself, seeking that guidance within yourself. We have actually the Sphinx energy here too, and the Sphinx is almost looking up into the sky, up into the heavens. And you know, it reminds me that the Sphinx, you know, the pyramids of Egypt, to me, were all very, what do I want to say, spiritually made, otherworldly made. You know, that's my belief system anyway. So I feel that there's an energy here from the stars, from our star brothers and sisters of the light, that, you know, was associated with that ancient Egyptian time. And so with this guidance from the Maitreya Buddha, from seeking this guidance within, I feel like you're opening yourself up to our star brothers and sisters of the light, to seek that higher dimensional guidance, that fifth dimensional, or maybe even higher than fifth dimensional energies, knowledge, wisdom, guidance from the stars, guidance from other realms that are of a higher vibration than we are operating under here on the earthly realm. So far this is a very powerful reading, as we have 2 Major Arcana cards here. Let's take a look at see what the third card is. Okay, turning over the third card. Wow, okay, we have another Major Arcana with the Star card, Major Arcana number 17. And this one again has an Egyptian figure, and forgive me, I'm sure some of you know who this Egyptian figure is, but I do not. But the Star card, again, associated with our hopes, our dreams, our visions for the future, where we want to go in life, what we want to do, what we want to manifest or create. And this is saying, prepare yourselves that those dreams are coming into reality. Your hopes, dreams, and wishes will come true, not necessarily all in this month, because this is a card of the future. You know, the Star card deals with the future. You know, even though time really doesn't exist, past, present, future, we're all in the present moment here, but this is about moving towards what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to accomplish. And again, that idea of, you know, connecting with the heavens, connecting with our star brothers and sisters of the light, connecting with the universal energies, which desires you to feel fulfilled and happy and joyous and abundant and prosperous. So all of this particular reading, these cards that our angels and guides gave us for this reading are all very powerful and very, very positive. Again, we're at the end of a soul cycle here in the month of October. Justice is being served, and the scales of justice are being rebalanced for ourselves. Seek guidance within yourself and from higher dimensions. And trust in the hopes, dreams, and wishes of your future, and allow the universal energies to continue to assist you to manifest those. Know that that dream is coming true. Believe it. Okay? Very powerful reading. Let's take a look at what your special message card is, depending on your stone of choice. Okay, so for those of you that chose the flower agate, okay, so I'm going to try to look away so I'm not seeing what's at the bottom of the deck here as I'm shuffling. I'm going to shuffle a little bit, and this one's sticking up to me as I just glance. So flower agate people. Citrine, unnecessary worries. Okay? It says, release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. Now, this one to me, you could literally work with the stone of citrine. Citrine is one of only a couple of stones that never collects negative energy. It never kind of holds on to that negative energy. It's constantly transmuting any negative energy. And whether it's, you know, assisting you in cleansing your own like negative belief systems or thoughts, etc., or karmic patterns, or it's cleansing the lower vibrational energies of relationships around you or circumstances around you, citrine is a really good stone for that. So you could actually, again, and it's very easily found, so work with that golden yellow stone of citrine. Now, that golden yellow relates to the solar plexus chakra, your center of personal power. So here we have personal power again coming up. So if you, in your meditation, or again through the work with the citrine, focus on the golden yellow ball of light at your solar plexus chakra, that's going to help to increase your confidence. It's going to help to increase your sense of self-identity and projection of positive personality traits out into the world, and again, increase your sense of personal power. But know, again, the message is that there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to fear. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's working out. And again, I'm trying to look for the card here, everything's rebalancing itself. Okay, so no matter what's going on around you, know that there's being a rebalance, a universal rebalancing of energies is taking place. Do your work. Clear your own kind of karmic patterns. Work on those. And this is saying that, again, I mean, look at that. Golden, higher vibrational golden energy, higher vibrational purple energy. You could also call in Saint Germain to use the violet flame energy to surround yourself in that violet light to transmute lower vibrational energies. But there's nothing to be concerned about. Everything's going to be just fine. Those of you that chose the Crimson Healer, give these a little bit of a shuffle, asking for the Crimson Healer. Okay, this one's calling my attention. Let yourself sparkle and shine. Whoops, I almost knocked the camera over. This is with Opal. Okay, and it says, you are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. Let yourself sparkle and shine with the opal. So again, this is, being your true self, peeling away the layers of the onion to reveal the diamond in the rough underneath. I mean, that's who we all are. We're a beautiful, sparkling diamond underneath all of the layers of third dimensional goop that we've accumulated over lifetimes. So this is about peeling things away, and again, moving to the end of this cycle, ascending to a higher level. Open up your heart chakra. Here we have heart chakra highlighted. So open up your heart chakra to self-love and to unconditional love for others, for the world, and really meditate on that heart chakra. You could, again, use opal. Opal's a little bit more difficult, maybe pure opal to find than citrine is. But, oh, there's a crown chakra here highlighted too. So we're opening up both our heart and our crown chakra. And I feel like there's a balancing that needs to take place between those two chakras. Visualize light coming down from universal energies through the crown chakra, coming through the heart, coming back up to the crown, and kind of circulating between the crown and the heart. And again, they're talking about that, kind of doing a clearing, and again, allowing your vibrancy, allowing your creative self-expression to shine more and more and more. And then for those of you that chose the golden healer people, this one here, make time for self-care, okay? And the golden healer was that like master healer stone. Taking care of yourself is essential right now, and this is kyanite. And isn't this interesting that kyanite is one of the other two stones, citrine and kyanite, that both do not collect negative energies, constantly transmuting that negative energy. Now the kyanite can relate to the throat chakra for speaking your truth, clear communication and open, honest communication. It also deals with the ear chakras of hearing and intuiting messages, clairaudience. And it can, depending on the color of the blue and the depth of the blue, it can relate to the third eye chakra too, and clairvoyance and seeing on that psychic level as well. But again, this is make time to take care of yourself. You're at the end of a cycle. I feel like you're doing a lot of healing and transmuting right now, and you really need to pay attention to what you need for yourself, whatever that might be. More time to yourself, more nature time outside, maybe massage or some sort of healing modality being done. This is a time for you, so make sure that you're focused on that. Really, again, the throat chakra is really highlighted here. So speak your truth, own your truth, be authentic in your communications with others. Thank you all so much. I have to end the video before it ends me. I send you all lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings. Mwah.